Hey guys, my name is Amit Bagde, also known as JoBeMai on Instagram. I am a mobile photographer and a content creator based in Nagpur. First of all, I want to thank Expression Hub for giving me this amazing opportunity to explain what is mobile photography. If you are one of those who likes photography but cannot afford a DSLR camera, so don't worry, I am here. I will tell you how to click these kind of pictures via your mobile phone. As you all know, many phones are coming with 4 camera setup, so you have very wide range in mobile photography. You get a macro lens, a wide angle lens, a telephotic lens, and most of the cameras have 64 megapixel or 48 megapixels camera. So let's get right into my mobile phone screen. Okay, so here is my mobile phone screen, and before we move ahead, I want to point out few basic things you must be knowing, like to cleaning up your camera lenses before clicking any picture and protecting the lens from scratches and damages. So apart from that, the very first thing I would suggest you to improve your mobile photography game is to turn on the grid lines. This should look something like this. So what are the benefits of grid lines? Let's see. Number 1. As you can see in this frame, there is one pillar and a parapet in vertical and horizontal form respectively. So grid lines actually help you to maintain the horizon in the picture. In simple words, picture looks good when the vertical and horizontal lines look straight. You can match the lines of divider, buildings, poles, etc. to actually present them as they are in real life. Number 2, the rule of thirds. Okay, I won't be much technical to confuse you guys, rather I'll explain this in as simple ways as I can. As you can see, there are 4 intersecting points. So when you place your subject in one of these 4 points, this term is called as rule of thirds. The picture looks actually better in this composition than in regular one, especially in landscapes. Okay, so the next feature is the most amazing yet the most unexplored one. Yes, I'm talking about the pro mode or a manual mode. With this feature, you can actually click some awesome shots which look like captured on a DSLR camera. You get options to manage ISO, shutter speed, focusing manually like a professional camera. I'll explain one by one what these things are. The shutter speed. Shutter speed is the measured time of an image, the moment between the opening and the closing of the camera shutter. Like if you want to freeze any moving subject, you will use a faster shutter speed. It means the time between the opening and closing of a camera shutter would be quick. Like in this image, I used the faster shutter speed to freeze those drops in background. Similarly, if you want to capture a movement of subject, you will use slower shutter speed. Look at this video where I wanted to capture the light trails, so I used the slower shutter speed. And here are some examples of slower shutter speed shots. One main thing when you are using a slower shutter speed is that you have to keep your device steady. Okay, so next up is ISO. ISO is the chosen light sensitivity of the sensor. So when you have good amount of natural or artificial light, you need to keep the ISO at lower side. Similarly, when you do not have lights available, you need to uplift the ISO so that it can produce the artificial lights which is required for the picture. The main drawback of using high ISO is that you get noise or grains in the picture, as the sensor is generating light which is not there in actual situation. So I would suggest you not to use too high ISO if you want less noise in the picture. Next one is aperture. I'll explain you this by the point of view of focusing. I guess this one is the simplest to understand, as you actually set a focus on auto mode by tapping on the face or subject. The difference here is you can set the focus by the distance of the subject. So if the subject is closer to the camera, you will set the focus to the least point to blur out the background and keep the subject in the focus. On the other hand, if you are capturing a landscape, you will need to set the focus to the maximum level so that it captures the whole view. So an image is the final product of balanced ISO, shutter and aperture. If you increase or decrease the amount of either of them, your picture will not look good. It is a matter of practice in the end to understand these things better. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you have any question regarding mobile photography, please comment below, or you can DM me anytime at JoBeMai. So I'll take a leave. Bye bye and take care.